This is Dr. Lewis here. We're going to talk a little bit about how to formulate a research question. That's what you're going to be working on now. Now, in legal research, making up your question is one of the key points for carrying out your research in a sound and accurate way. So, it's so important for you to start off with just a sentence about what you're trying to find out. And when you make that sentence of what you're trying to find out, then you're going to move along and try to pick out the most important words in that sentence. And after you pick out those words, the next thing you're going to want to do is find synonyms for those words. And after you find synonyms for those words, you're going to take all of those words, the synonyms and all, and you're going to put them into a search engine, into a library database, or go to the website and carry out a search on the website using those terms. And it's through those terms that you're able to find sources that are going to be useful to answer your legal research question. So again, your first step is to make a sentence about what you're trying to find out, then pick out the important words. Next, find synonyms for the words, and finally, use all of the words that you've generated in a search. Now, we're going to do that with an example. It's not going to be the same exact legal research that you're carrying out, but through this example, it'll help you figure out in your groups how to find the best ways and the best words to use in your legal research for your stakeholder report. So let's just take the hypothetical that you're trying to find out about the way that the United States of America treats its children that are placed in prisons. So you might want to say whether or not this type of treatment actually complies with human rights law. So you might say, does the way the U.S. treats child prisoners conform with human rights law? And that's just the question very quickly done. Now, after doing that question, our next step is to find the important words in the sentence. So, of course, there's a lot of in words there that we need to see. So, one of the words is the United States, the U.S., prisoners, child, human rights. And so, taking these words like U.S., we have to find other synonyms. So we might know that it might be United States. It might also be USA. It could be United States and then of America. So all of these different iterations, US, United States of America, USA, would be used if we were trying to understand what synonyms to use. We would have to do the same with child. So what are other words for child? Well, it could be minor. It could be juvenile. It could be youth. There are many other words that could be used there. Prisoners. Think of other words for prisoners. And as you think about the word prisoners, you'd say detainees, for example. And maybe human rights might have other ways to be expressed. And I can think of civil rights, for example, or civil liberties. So what we've done is we have actually come up with many terms that have to be included in our research. So we have to take those terms, all of the terms that we've just come up with, we have to make sure that we use those terms, not just the words that we originally had. And that's because this will make sure that our search gets the largest number of hits, so to speak. So hits are sources that are going to be related to our topic. And you can see we have 13 words here that we've already generated, whereas if we had only used the words in our original sentence, we would have only had about 4 words. So now we have a better chance of getting sources that are on topic because we're using a wide variety of synonyms that can be found in the literature that we're looking for. So the next step, of course, is to go to the databases. And we'll talk about those in another recording. And we'll talk about how to find information on various websites or in the library databases. Thank you for your attention.